Hey comic creators, I'm starting a Discord just for comic creators called the Comic Creators Fairness Society, not at all a communist euphemism, where we can discuss and prevent future predatory behavior in our business, find solutions to fair wages, and generally help make our work life better. Who's with me?
Hey everybody, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's me, your friend, your host, human sunbeam, Ethan Van Sciver, 30-year veteran of the comic book industry. And you know, in the first 23, 24 years of that 30, I never saw anything like this. Just wasn't in my field of view. Was it in my peripheral vision even? I don't think it was. I just didn't encounter stuff like this, and now I see it all the time. Non-stop culture war in the comic book industry and in other places too, but we're mostly concerned with the comic book industry. Now here we have a very funny hashtag. I enjoyed this hashtag. I thought this was great. Hashtag comics broke me. I'm going to do a whole video just about the sad stories of comic book creators who are, self-professed losers. And I don't say that to be, that's not a denigration. I don't say that to deride them, certainly. But when you use a hashtag like comics broke me, by necessity, by definition, you're claiming to be a loser. You're saying that I lost, failed, lost, I'm broken, and comic books are what did it. Imagine being broken by a comic book, by a cat spanker. But you call comic books cat spankers because you roll them up and you might spank your cat with them. You know, get away from the computer, something like that. Cat spankers. Imagine being broken. I don't even think the cat could be broken by a comic book. But these people are thoroughly broken. You got Will Robeson here. I think I remember this guy, and I could be wrong about this, but I think he was complaining about how Valiant Comics, it might have been Valiant, it was one of these companies that is broke, says something needs to be done. Last year when I shared my story on social media about my delayed payments, it helped expose some corrupt behavior in the industry and prove I wasn't alone. This time we need to do something to make positive change. What can we do? And we got a great idea here. Maybe get a Discord going where we can discuss the pubs holding off or screwing payments and stop working for them until they change practice. That's not a bad idea, says Will Robeson. So, that is precisely what he proceeded to do, and what could possibly go wrong here? This could only be a Discord where comic book professionals in good faith would get together and discuss how to make the industry better for themselves, how to make comic books at a lower cost, how to avoid certain publishers who were not paying, who were not being fair. It certainly wouldn't turn into another whisper network, political discriminatory den of thieves, would it? How could it be? How could it do that? So Will Robeson, with the best of intention, hey comic creators, I'm starting a Discord just for comic creators called the Comics Creators Fairness Society. Again, who's with me? And I am, Will. I'm with you, and so are many comic skaters because we joined your Discord. And we did take some screenshots, and lo and behold, it didn't take long. Just a matter of 24 hours before it was corrupted by social justice warriors who were looking to turn it into another place where they could scheme to discriminate against their political enemies, which is all you could ever expect from these people. I mean, seriously, you've started a Discord, Will. I want you to imagine this. You've started a Discord where presumably creative people who are broke, who are having trouble, who have been exploited, could sit around and discuss and plan and formulate ideas, share ideas, and in which maybe all of them could benefit for the purpose of what? I don't know, making more money, getting their books out, not being exploited. Instead, you guys do what you always do, which is to become another little Mean Girls table. Watch this. It starts out great. I mean, here's this guy, Sean Sunday from Brain Beast Studios. I'm a big fan, Sean. Love your books. Just kidding. I've never heard of them, but it doesn't matter. They're also setting up print on demand for creators too. Now, they're discussing a platform. Now, I'm not going to name them, but they're discussing a guy who had this idea to make a one-shot one-stop shop. Is that what I should say? One-stop shop for comic book creators, where you could get your books promoted, funded, packaged, and shipped, and all these things. And this guy had a great idea. I mean, this would make creating comic books much easier for people who are not exactly do-it-yourselfers, right? So Ahmed here says, aren't they a digital storefront with a self-publishing option? Hey guys, this is a good thing, right? We want this guy, if that's true, he's a digital storefront with a self-publishing option. Why, that's great. We would want this guy to flourish because he would be accomplishing your goal, theoretically, or trying to accomplish your goal of making life easier for comic creators like you. And he says, yeah, exactly that. So that's who this is. And lo and behold, who shows up? Who do you think? Heather Antos, who is now, senior editor of IDW. Hey, IDW, are you aware this is going on with your senior editor? You understand that this is what she's doing? Heather Antos, she devil, says, didn't I see something that they were tied to CG? Okay. What if they were, Heather? What if they were? And by the way, you guys, and they're not. Okay, as far as I know, I don't know the guy who runs this. Maybe he's friendly to Comicsgate. I would expect him to be, since Comicsgate is all about fighting, pushing back against political discrimination. If he wasn't friendly or neutral to Comicsgate, I would like to know the reason why, and that would become the topic of one or several videos, as Heather Antos herself has become, because this is her crusade, and it has been since the very start. Since Trump was elected, and since people started to notice that Marvel Comics, their comic books were going downhill in terms of quality, and also the editorial staff, including Heather Antos at the time of Marvel Comics, were berating and abusing fans on the internet, which is the worst thing imaginable. Imagine enjoying a Spider-Man book, which should be theoretically just for everybody, right? I mean, Spider-Man, and the editors are over there cackling and taking the piss out of you. That's been Heather. When Richard C. Meyer started to make videos criticizing what was going on at Marvel, Heather Antos, in another secret Discord, a little bit like this one, actually schemed with others to take down his Patreon, find out where he worked, get him fired from his job, and eventually Heather Antos, I believe, was fired from Marvel Comics. She no longer works for Marvel. She went over to Valiant, which is funny because I think Valiant is the company that was not paying the guy who had the idea to start this Discord. Could be wrong about that. Refresh my memory. And they let her go too. Now she's at IDW, where she hasn't learned a thing. She is still obsessed with Comicsgate. And when we point this out, when we say, hey, Heather Antos is a real troublemaker in the comic book industry, this is what she's doing. You've got men here. You notice you've got men who are sitting here trying to find a solution, right? They're trying to find a solution to a problem that they've established. Look, we're losing in comics. We're all losers. We got to find a way to win, and maybe if we work together, pull together, we can find ways to do better for ourselves. But no, in comes a tight dose of estrogen, and immediately it becomes about Heather Antos' personal prejudice crusade against Comicsgate. And this is why Heather Antos keeps getting brought up by Comicsgate, and she always will until she stops doing this. And those of you who are out there who say, oh, it's Heather Antos all the time, why don't you leave her alone? She's not doing anything. She is. She's just doing it where she thinks that she isn't being seen by us. But when she is, we call her out in 4K, and we just establish, once again, Heather Antos is deeply involved in whisper networks to politically discriminate against conservatives in comics. That's what's going on here. And again, they're sitting there talking about, well, this might be a good solution. It's a print on demand for creators. It's a digital storefront, self-publishing option. No, Heather wants to make it about her vendetta against Richard C. Meyer and everybody who did not stand by her and, denounce Comicsgate while that was, the pressing concern for some reason of a comic book industry utterly in decline. And we see where it is now. She's still doing it. Subverted the entire point of this Discord. Comicsgate creators have tried to publish on there, but the ownership are not affiliated from my knowledge. Now Sean Sunday is trying to appease this angry, annoyed woman who was exerting peer pressure on them. She is, again, senior editor at IDW. So there's a concern to these guys who, again, comics broke them. Heather Antos. If comics broke them, they're gonna be like breadsticks for Heather Antos. She'll snap them like twigs. We'll have to remember to ask you about that later. Okay. And then here's Sean again. I think they've tried to take the neutral, quote, as long as content doesn't break our terms of service, anyone can publish stance. And then you can see here, but they will eventually have to take a harder line, I imagine. All right, very good. So it became, the best part of this is we started like noticing this. We had comic skaters in there. They started booting people out. Comic Creators Fairness Society, folks. Bear with us as we have a temporary restructure. So this is Will Robeson saying, hey, even though we're calling ourselves the Comics Creators Fairness Society, we're now making it so that this is a private Discord so that we can now take what was once a room in which we could discuss ways to benefit ourselves and do better in comics, a noble aspiration. I really agree with that. I think that's a great idea. It's now become just another Whisper Network drama room for Heather Antos to rile up simps against Comicsgate, and that means, of course, we gotta go.
Hey everyone, I've deleted the public join link as suggested. If you want to join the Comic Creator Fairness Society, then DM me or post here for your interest, and a member will send you an invite link. Let's make some real change. And already great discussions on page rate. Phew!
Love to join and help teach you guys and gals a thing or two, maybe two, about how to do better for yourselves in comics, and also to make comics more fair for everyone. Send the link. There we go. So we'll tweet that out. We'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, great news. A lot of people are getting their Cyberfrog action figures right now in the mail. Look at this guy. You got 3 chicken buckets. You got 3 Cyberfrog figures of varying kinds. This is great. The reviews are terrific here, and people really like them. To say that I'm behind your videos would be a gross understatement. As a result, these were an unexpected but great surprise. Don't remember how many total sets we ordered, but I know there's a lot more to come. These have far exceeded expectations. Man, that's great news. It's great to see. We actually crowdfunded Cyberfrog action figures. We did it with your help, and the results are evident. Look at this right here. They look great. Killing Vespas builds an appetite, and nothing better to kill a hunter's hunger than a bucket of chicken fry. And afterwards, we can thank the maker, Lord of Sunshine and Father of all things Cyberfrog, Ethan Van Sciver. Oh, well, you're welcome. You're very welcome. This is just exciting to see people getting their toys, enjoying their toys. You can get them too. Go to the Electric Blue Cyberfrog variant action figure campaign. The link will be in the description below. We're shipping now, so the wait will be minimal, and you'll receive your action figures. You can also, I think you can still get them autographed if you want. If you wanted to keep it in the package, I think there's an option to get them autographed. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with another one. Take care. Hey, come follow me on Twitter, @Ethan Van Sciver.